Hey guys, my name is Ryan.
And my name is Miska.
And welcome to Overwatch Central. And welcome to a special series we are calling Denied. In Overwatch you will go up against all sorts of heroes and every game will be different from the other. Any hero in Overwatch can be effective if used properly. Bastion, Tracer, McCree can all be a major problem in the hands of somebody that knows how to play them. So this series is about how to beat these specific heroes, with counter picks, playstyle changes and certain strategies.
Of course, we are starting with Overwatch's mechanical elephant in the room. This is Bastion. No doubt you know of him already. Amidst the cries of Bastion being OP and even a change.org petition asking Blizzard to nerf Bastion, we feel that this hero isn't in fact OP. Just like any other hero, Bastion can be countered too.
The reason why people play Bastion is he is incredibly easy to pick up and can essentially kill anybody fairly quickly. We've spoken about Bastion in the past and we have called him a high risk, high reward hero. The reward is of course all of the eliminations and being that frustrating wanker in the back. The risk is that you could be taken down a lot due to being immobile the majority of the time. So how do you make the most of Bastion's weaknesses? It's safe to say that some counter picks are stronger than others with Bastion, but you'll be surprised with the amount of heroes that can be effective against him. To visualize this for you, let's have a look at how our heroes fare against a Bastion.
Starting from left going to right, we have Genji on the pick screen. Genji's deflect is excellent for reflecting all that damage back at Bastion, even after it started shooting at you. An effective counter for sure. McCree won't kill Bastion fast enough on long range and doesn't really stand a chance there at all. However, if he comes around a corner and does the flashbang Fandy Hammer combo, Bastion is dead. Pharah will be very exposed midair and won't get enough time to eliminate Bastion, but if she peeks around the corner and fires 3 rockets, she will kill Bastion actually. Reaper's effective range is not the best, so he'll die if he just runs straight at Bastion, obviously. But using Shadow Step, he can get around Bastion and eliminate the robot if it's distracted. Soldier 76 will have a hard time dealing with Bastion at range due to the armor, but can still help with bursting down Bastion using the Helix rocket that should be fired first to remove the armor, thus making the bullets more effective. Tracer will have to use a lot of her mobility to get close and will die in an attempt to run up to and kill Bastion. But if you have a pulse bomb handy, Bastion is an easy target in turret mode.
Next up we've got defense heroes, starting with a Bastion who just... well actually it's not too bad. Essentially which Bastion is set up first will win the one-on-one battle. Next is Hanzo, a sniper that can effectively deal with Bastion, most famously by using his scatter arrow, but can also force him to move using his ultimate. Junkrat's grenades are perfect for bouncing off things and can shoot over walls to indirectly fire a Bastion, forcing them to move or just flat out die. Not to mention his ultimate being very effective against Bastion as well. May can wall Bastion off and go around to try and flank. It takes a little while to get the kill though, so bear that in mind. Torbjorn is mostly just a very sad story of dead turrets. I wouldn't recommend him, although his weapon is actually not too bad since the projectiles drop off over distance. Widowmaker can both peek around the corner and easily deal with Bastion after 3 shots, or just stay at long range so the weapon spread of Bastion isn't as effective.
Magnifique.
On to the tanks. Up first is D.Va. Defense Matrix is great for absorbing all of that damage, which will allow you to pass through choke points, but can also help you with overwhelming and swarming Bastion. Self-destruct will also force Bastion to move. Reinhardt's barrier can help him and his team through choke points, but also with charging Bastion. Don't try to charge Bastion from too far away though. Roadhog's chain hook is great against the turret, as it will hook Bastion out of the turret mode. Just make sure to think twice about your approach. Winston just doesn't deal enough damage normally and can't block much either, but Primal Rage is actually very effective against the turret. Suri can't do enough damage from the start, but with a shield on herself and an ally, enough charge and a bit of dodging, she can take out Bastion. It's just a little bit difficult.
Lastly, time for supports, and this one is fairly interesting. Starting with Lucio, speed boost amp it up can help Lucio and his allies to get past Bastion, but actually eliminating the turret one-on-one is a big no-no for him. It's also worth adding that Lucio's ult fire, which knocks back enemies, won't be able to move a Bastion that is set up in his turret. Mercy's Caduceus Blast is not to be messed with as she is obviously a hard counter. Duh. Symmetra's ult fire orbs will be very effective if you can shoot them around the corner towards Bastion. Considering that Symmetra's orbs travel through pretty much everything including a Reinhardt shield and a Winston barrier, Bastion will have to move or die. Zenyatta is an incredibly brittle hero and will die quickly if he just stands in the open against a Bastion. But with using the Discord orb and charging up your ult fire, using your orbs in a burst, you'll be able to get the kill. Peeking around the wall just enough so you can see a corner of the robot will actually allow Zenyatta to kill Bastion without being in the line of sight.
So as you can see, Bastion is very vulnerable due to being immobile the majority of the time, and when taken out has to also run back all the way from spawn and set up again, without any mobility abilities that help him with this. Let's have a look at our list of heroes that were tested and find our counters. Several heroes were able to kill Bastion, but there are a few that are more reliable counters than others. We picked our favorites that you can see on screen now. A few of the other ones are also very good, just not as reliable due to the total health pool or how exposed they will be when dealing with Bastion. But you won't be going up against a Bastion 1v1 every time. It's actually a lot more likely that you'll see Bastion paired up with a Torbjorn to cover each other, or the dreaded Reinhardt Mercy Bastion combo. The reason this is such a frustrating group to come up against is because they don't require much coordination from the team to pull it off. To beat it, you either need to be very well coordinated or get a really good ultimate in. Running in with a hero as bait as you're also rolling in a Riptire is a good way of dealing with a clump of heroes like this, and especially a Diva ultimate. Just landing that ultimate on top will force them to move. Generally, you just need some sort of AoE ultimate to force the group to move, and that is when you go for it and try to eliminate them.
And that's it for this time. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you have got a good idea of what you should pick to counter Bastion, and how your playstyle can be altered to work against Assault producing robot. So what hero do you want to deny next? Do let us know in the comments which heroes are giving you a lot of problems. We'll make a video on how to deal with them. Like this video if you want this series to continue, and until next time, take care. We'll see you then.